Hello and welcome to the Churros y Tácticas Podcast. Forgive me, I'm a little bit rusty with intros. It's been months and months and months since I've been able to do an intro. For the first time in what seems like a decade, Real Madrid are top of La Liga. It's probably been, I don't know, almost a year, but I really can't do the math right now. Should mention Real Madrid are top of the table temporarily before La Liga ramps up the treachery and makes sure that Barca gets back on top. I'm sure within a couple of weeks. So we'll enjoy this 1 week while it
Yeah.
lasts. Let's get to it. Churros! Welcome everyone to the Churros y Tácticas podcast. Welcome everyone from D Spot, who are the D Spot fans streaming over there. We got Managing Madrid streaming over here. If you're new to this is Churros y Tácticas, once or twice a week. Myself, Kiyan Sobhani, and the great Diego Lorijn, Supreme Culé, the poster child of Cruyffism and formerly of Barca TV, is here, and we try to break down all of Spanish football. What tends to actually happen is 45 minutes of talking shit to each other about Real Madrid and Barcelona. So welcome, guys. Diego, how you doing, man?
Doing good, buddy. I'm impressed that you didn't hype up this intro more. I was ready to kind of put my headphones off to the side and hear you go full blown old school Kiyan Sobhani, but you had to throw a little bit of rage in there. The Twitter, the rage baiting on Twitter continues on the pod. The man that says that he never talks about referees hates it. That's not just not him. 99% of his tweets rather on Twitter or X prove differently. And your intro does as well, my friend. So I'm happy to get into the thick of things. I'm doing pretty good. It is September 1st. We're that little bit closer for school to start again, at least here in Spain. So
Can't wait.
I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, man.
Cannot wait to throw the kids in school, man. Oh man. I have a few
They've been at school in Canada though.
No. It starts like midweek.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I don't know why you've said this before. It keeps surprising me. I feel like everywhere in the north they
US
start
starts
soon.
I
Yeah.
think much earlier. Canada doesn't. Yeah, I think Canada is basically the whole world is on their own schedule, and then US does their own thing. Fahrenheit, school schedule, everything.
Completely.
I have a few things to address. First of all, I can't do a big intro. Like what were we like match day 3? It would be incredibly premature to even celebrate. So unless we get like 7, 8, 9, 10 points ahead, I can't really roll the R's that much. The second thing is I only talk about referees on the Churros y Tácticas account, and it's mostly just shit housing.
You
We
love
had
it. It's your dirty little
no,
account, your dirty secret accounts where you
we
get your
had
little
some we had some
I
madness.
don't rage bait, but oh, this feels good. Come on, give it. You know it, Kiyan. You're good at it. Own
Hey,
it.
hey,
You're way
managing
better
Madrid.
than me. I can't do that shit that you do.
Hey, managing Madrid listeners, please let Diego know in the chat how much time we spent on the 3 goals disallowed on the weekend.
I'm
The
sure. I'm sure.
hat
I
trick
am
hat
sure.
trick of disallowed goals. How much time did we spend talking about that? How much time? Please tell them. Was it more than 10 seconds or less? I don't know.
I am sure. And that is great. All I'm saying is that the churros account is a little bit like your little. Hey, you get you get to vent. You get that dirty little secret Kiyan side that nobody you don't like, but you do like it because again, you're very good at it, man. Like your rage baiting is second to none.
I think it's just just funny to me. The whole thing is just really funny to me. All right, so
You're very
um,
good. Hold
we
on, give
got
me one. Sorry, lay it down. Yes.
This is exactly why Diego cannot wait till school starts because right now he's off air. He's chirping with his kids back and forth. I'm just gonna tell you the options we have in terms of starting point, right? So we got Barca Rayo. We got Real Madrid versus my God, who Mallorca. I was like, who do we play on the weekend? And then no one does anyone really care about the rest of La Liga? Let's be honest. This is like talking about dirty little secrets. You guys want to talk about,
I know.
Atletico just being bad again? What do you
That's
want to talk
crazy.
about?
That is crazy. What isn't that is crazy. And when it comes to how much people care about La Liga, look, we have dedicated, devoted listeners here that are actual Spanish football lovers. They love La Liga. They love Spanish football. Taps for starters comes to mind. I mean, and a lot of people, Richard or people from our La Liga days that follow D Spot or Churros, they love to watch every single game, talk about, decipher, break down every little game, and every detail of it, and much respect to them. And I'm talking about listeners, but it could be the 180 employees that recently got fired from Media Pro as well. Big shout out to Mark Brown, and Lucas, and all those guys that are hugely talented, and I wish them the best of luck. And in fact, I want to bring them on as well. I want to give these guys a platform to talk about things other than Barca Madrid, because it does interest me. It does deserve a light. And unfortunately, you and I, we have so much time. And also, when it comes to passion, it's so hugely driven in our cases by two clubs in particular that it leaves very little time and a lot to cover as well in order to do so properly. Respects to those that people that do, but I'm happy with our niche, with our focus on Barca Madrid. And I think there are great podcasts and outlets out there where people can follow Spanish football. But, Atletico, circle back to your original point, it's a bit of a mystery, man. It's a very, a bit of a mystery to say the least. Yes.
So I'd like to start with. I mean, I'm obviously half joking about no one cares about the rest of the league. I do care about the rest of the league. I love La Liga. I do. I watch as much as I can. I will say, like, in terms of entertainment value, Rayo versus any big team at home is must-watch TV. They hold it
They are
down.
top. Yeah.
They hold it down against anyone. Anyone,
Mm.
anyone comes to town in Vallecas, those guys are not afraid of anybody. And I love watching that play. Like Real Madrid included. Like they've given us some heavy spankings in Vallecas. And part of it is just like the atmosphere is great. They all are excited about this one. So I knew, because I always try to like kind of jinx it, with Barca. There are maybe a handful of games on the schedule where I actually have confidence in Barcelona's opponent. It's Rayo in Vallecas, Celta in Balaidos, uh, Osasuna away. What am I missing? I think those are the main ones. Those three probably. The rest, I'm like, yeah,
Athletic,
W.
Sevilla, Betis.
Athletic and San Mames, yes. Sevilla,
Exactly,
no.
exactly. Sevilla at the Sanchez Pizjuan. I mean, look, that atmosphere it's unpredictable. It's very impressive. It's maybe not as intimidating, although if you ask Sergio Ramos, we saw that field can also get very hostile. I think it's one of the great stadiums. I guess I'm listing off more of like the great stadiums that are also difficult to pick up a W. But yeah, look, Vallecas is one right now. They're Conference League. They're Europe. They're a
Yes.
European. They're top 10 in Spain, top 6, top 7.
Yeah.
And historically, over the years, Kiyan, it's been very difficult for Barca to pick up points there, pick up wins. In fact, it's been L's as well. Last year being a bit of an outlier. What I don't like with everything, and I agree everything that you said, because they're a humble side. They're, if I'm not mistaken, it's is it the pitch with the smallest dimensions in Spain, in
Something like
Spanish
that, yeah.
professional
It's a
football,
different
something like that.
dimension for sure. Yeah.
I don't like the state of the pitch. I put out a little quick tweet saying hashtag Super League, because if you want to represent La Liga and Spanish football in its glory and all its glory and glamour, and again, respecting the humility of this humble side from Vallecas, that pitch was a disgrace. And you
Hey
saw
man,
all
if
kinds of
you want
pictures of it.
if you want Super League, it's not like Real Madrid's pitch is at the gold standard right now either. I don't know if how's it been this year. I haven't been there yet, but last year was a disaster.
Yeah. I didn't read about that, but I just don't know how much. Obviously, I say this again as a culé that knows that bad state of a pitch plays against a team like Barca that want to have fluid ball movement, uh, you know, wet pitch and
Wah,
all that.
wah,
No
wah.
potholes, etc.
Wah,
Yeah, but
wah,
but when you look
wah.
at that pitch, bro, no, Angelotti explained or complained about the same thing. It hinders a team like Madrid as well. Any team that wants to take some initiative and actually enjoy players, execute the game to the best of their ability. It's shameful when you see the pictures that were circulating online last night for a team that represents La Liga, represents Spain in Europe. I mean, as well, to then put up a pitch like that. For me, it's a negative. But anyway,
Let me ask you
can
something,
we
because I
we
know my
continue?
answer to this is clear. If
Mm.
you were a small budget team going against Barcelona at home and you don't have
You
control
use
over many.
anything?
Yeah,
I
you
get it.
don't have control over everything. Like you don't control how good Barca is. You can control what you do on the field to make them uncomfortable and do your chance at
Hmm.
succeeding.
Hmm.
But if
Hmm.
I'm Rayo, I'm pulling out all the stops.
I
Shitty
get it.
grass. I'm
Sure.
overwatering everything, slippery. I'm bringing in like artificial wind. I'm throwing like
Hmm.
lions in at Barca. Like I'm whatever it takes.
Hmm.
Shithousery, I'm doing it. I have no problem with it. But of course, that's not what they were doing in that game. That was just more because it was like that for their Europa Conference League qualifier
Exactly.
as well.
That's what I was going to mention. They already exactly. So a few days before that was already happening, and it's yes, this disproportionately harms the opponent, but you're also offering a low quality spectacle. That game between Rayo and Barca was not interesting to me. It was a very difficult match to watch, and I don't.
Really, I
We're
thought it
going to get
was
into
thoroughly
Flick's
entertaining.
obviously, but we're going to get into Barca and how they've been playing over the stretch of these three games. But so far, I think it's quite concerning to see what Flick's Barca is offering at this point. And I think I called it a golden point. I truly believe that we dodged the bullet here. Hopefully, this was a bit of a wake up call. I thought it was a very poor Barca and a Rayo that did everything they could to compete and punch above their weight, and yeah, walk away with a golden point for them as well. That whether they deserve three or not, I'm happy to get into. But what I take away is Joan Garcia, man of the match. For me, I think he was voted that as well at the end. The best 25 million spent, I would say, so far. Definitely so far this season. There's no doubt about that. And was surprised with how Christensen and Eric Garcia formed as a duo in the back. Leaving Cubarsi and Araujo on the bench was telling for me. I'm curious to know if actually Flick mentioned that in the press. I don't know if he did, if he was asked about that. But I was thoroughly surprised. Yeah, like let's say pleased with their performance as a duo in the back, reliable, allowing for some sort of fluidness, ball continuity, playing the ball out from the back. Tactical limitations were obvious throughout the entirety of the game. The players didn't play well. We dodged one, Kiyan, I guess, and we got a point.
Yeah. So before we talk about the obvious, um, I'll give my assessment too. And look, we're 3 games in. You miss Inigo Martinez.
Hmm.
The defense has been pretty disastrous the first 3 games. I don't know if you saw this. I'm just gonna share my screen on my tweet really quick. So this is I just tweeted this like literally as we were starting the podcast, but this is expected goals against after 3 games. Real Madrid
Mm.
on top, the best defense in the league, 1.09
Mm.
expected goals against, which is nice because we haven't had to rely on Courtois. Oh, I need to fix this screen so you guys can see it, and then I'll fix it again. Uh, okay. But what's telling about this is actually not Real Madrid necessarily. That's just one side
Wow.
of the story. But if you go down here, big chances conceded, by far the worst defense in the league, sitting dead
Wow.
last. Barcelona
Wow.
12 big chances conceded.
God damn.
So the high line efficient. This is okay. So again, I'm not making definitive claims here at all. It's 3 games in. We know how quickly football changes. For all we know, Barcelona are going to go on a 10 million game winning streak. But why I said
You know,
like,
the fact, to think about that, man. Like, that's against a 9-man Mallorca as well.
yeah,
That's Mallorca, Levante,
Rayo.
Rayo. Jesus.
So um, the reason why I had said like there's a potential for a sophomore slump is like, okay, if teams have
Mm.
now seen over 1 year how
Mm.
football is, can they make adjustments the next following year? One of the cool things I saw like in practice last night was that this is, if you remember the EC Palazon chance in the first half, it was a big chance
Mm.
that Jean
Mm.
Martinez saved. He intentionally goes offside down the middle. Like he's just like way up the field because he knows he's not getting the ball. The ball goes out on the wide side. And then they play the ball down the wing. And then by the time Barca realize where EC Palazon is widely offside, he's now onside because the play just develops and they played square to him. And little wrinkles like that I thought were interesting. And I was like, okay, cool. You gotta definitely send that video package to Mbappe and Xabi Alonso to just keep yourself onside. But I think that was one of the cool things I saw like in practice of taking advantage of it. The other thing, like offensively, um, I mean, obviously the thing with Barca is that defensively they're so they're they weren't. Correct me if I'm wrong. This part I might be making up, but I think defensively from a number standpoint they weren't as strong as they were under Xabi, but offensively they were so great.
Mm. Mm.
Um, that it really like who cares? Like you win 5-4. Like you literally beat Benfica like 5-4 one game, I think, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And you had a lot of games like that. Um, whereas like this year, I feel like there's a lot of reliance on Lamine Yamal so far in those first 3 games. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
Rafinha's playing as well as he
No.
was last year.
No.
Um, Ferran is a pretty damn good player. Like you guys missed a couple of big chances. Olmo missed a chance. Who was the other
I
one?
think Olmo, Rafinha right now have a
Yeah,
lot of soul searching to do. I think the over reliance on Lamine to make something happen on the flank is right. As in, you know, that observation is something that I agree with, and it's kind of let down with how, because I think Pedri is still playing at a very good level. I think De Jong is as well. Luckily, we have a good goalkeeper, because in any other season, I think we would have lost this game.
sure.
That defensive stat that you pointed out is very telling. I don't know if it's solely down to Inigo Martinez, because we also saw last season that there was, the best defender will go through some slums and underperform, and Barca was not shy or for conceding at least, chances on goal. So it's telling though, and it's worrisome given the opponents that we faced so far, given the fact that, as I mentioned, it was 9-man Mallorca that in the end also had a chance to potentially at least make a 2-1 and make it a bit more of a competition, had it not been for some good goalkeeping. So I'm not surprised that Flick is coming out in these post press conferences, in these post match press conferences, and talks about his dissatisfaction with the team. The fact that, he's throwing out some big bombs right now. He's talking about how egos.
Yeah,
What did he
I was
say?
gonna
Don't
ask
win
you about that.
championships.
Who
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
think he was referring to?
So it was The context is Fermin Lopez, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken. I'm
okay.
going to
That
double
was not
check
what I
that
was
as well.
expecting.
Yeah, so I was taken aback by that as well, and I will double check that. And I don't know if it was in sort of reference to him. It would surprise me, although there are some that say that there was some temptation, let's say, for Fermin to try to get a better contract or conditions, let's say, better salary at Barca, and use the Chelsea offer as leverage. And he was like, well, there were rumors, let's say, behind the scenes that he wanted a better contract and that he saw earning 3 times as much with Chelsea as something that he wanted to do, and he was hoping that Barca was going to accept that offer of 50 million. So I don't know. I don't know the entire context of his answer. I don't know if it was delivered specifically for Fermin Lopez to say, look, hope you're here now, be happy. Or where at least we always knew Hansi wanted him to stay. So he's like, I want you to be here, but if you're not happy to be here, then it's going to be difficult to achieve anything. Or if it's in reference of other players, because also when you saw Olmo and Rafinha on the bench with the face that didn't really inspire, let's say, to put it mildly, and those are two players that haven't been shy when it comes to kind of vocally or verbally or in gestures express their dissatisfaction with, let's say, a substitution. But can you hold it against them? We have a Marcus Rashford there now. Like, it's we need to use. We're not a very deep team, and we need to use all the talent and all the players that we have to get over the hump, because as we're seeing right now, we're coming out cold out of the gates. Like, this is not the steamrolling machine that we saw last year. Barca haven't been very dominant in these opening 3 games against opponents that you would at least imagine we would be able to showcase our dominance, our possession, our chances creating. I don't know if you have the XG stats for chances created for Barca, but I'm sure it's not very high at this point.
For the whole season?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have it right here actually. It's a good question. I haven't checked that, but let's find out together. Uh, XG. This is all under stat. Hey man, league best XG
You're kidding.
6.86.
Jesus, I saw.
7 goals. You've actually outperformed it too. Defense is the problem right now. I think, some like one of the 0.74 that will include the penalty of Lamine Yamal. Uh, you know, if you look,
Again,
if you fix the defense, I think,
Mallorca with 9 men. Mallorca with 9.
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't know. So far, I'm very uncomfortable with how the season is going, Kiyan. Not happy. And I side with Flick. And I hope that this team gets it sorted quickly, because once the Champions League starts, the margin of error becomes smaller. And right now, like you said, if your takeaway and conclusion is the right one, and there's a sophomore slump or a case where the opposition have been able to study and figure out, let's say, to exploit this high line and at the same time close enough space and not leave it as much space for the Barca attackers to be creating chances, if that XG is right, or at least to be efficient with their chances, then we could be in for a troublesome season, I think.
I think Chavaria, Rayo's left back, did a phenomenal job on
Mm.
Lamine Yamal.
Did, yeah. But so did what's the boy's name from in the last game against Levante, the number 23. I forget his name. He did great.
But I think part of the problem is that when Rafinha and Olmo and these guys are not playing well, teams can also focus more on Lamine Yamal.
Mm.
All right. As Diego Lorijn famously says, I learned this phrase from you. Let's rip the band-aid off. A super chat from Ancorgioti Bordoloy, who says, can we call the spreadsheet Barcelona tracker now? What are you doing? Taking out a spreadsheet?
No, I think it's sorry, bro. My wife is calling the
Yeah, how
doorbell.
convenient. How convenient.
I gotta go. I gotta
When
go.
when we oh my god. When we look
You
at this,
you pick it
guys,
up.
just like this is literally
Who
what
is it?
happened in the game. When it's time to talk about the referees,
Okay.
VAR goes down, the wife starts calling.
No, here I am. My son goes. Fear not. I'm not going anywhere, Kian. Don't you worry, son. The question is, can we call the spreadsheet Barcelona tracker now? What do you mean? Can we call? What does that mean? Can we
It
call it
means
Barcelona tracker? No, it's the Barça Madrid controversial tracker. Okay, controversial call tracker. That's what it is. Kian, what I want to know is, have you done your homework, sir? Because our fantastic listener that I am so appreciative and grateful of, Levon Barca Lev with an S, go follow him. He has done his. I have to say, I wanted to see first if you did yours, because this only makes sense if we all get behind it and into it. Otherwise, it's just going to be you and me continuing to do what we have done for 8 or 9 years, which is call each other's controversies out on air and then have it. 1 second, sorry. Have an opinion. Answer that. I'll be right back.
it really depends on what you mean. Like, what does that mean? Did I do my homework? What I don't know what that means. What am I supposed to be doing? I come prepared to the podcast as I usually do. I watch as much football as humanly possible. Try to read the news, although I hate reading the news, but I do it just for the sake of preparation. I don't know what. Like, did I study the homemade chart that Diego put out with conspiracy and tinfoil hats? I didn't. I don't know if I did that, but I think I'm prepared. I have no idea what he's going to say when he comes back. If he comes back, maybe the seat will just remain empty for the next hour, conveniently. I don't know. So, look, I'll give my opinion on it. This whole referee stuff. The Lamine Yamal penalty, air quotes, was clearly not a penalty. Diego's back. I was
Sorry,
just
yes.
telling listeners I don't really know what that means to do my homework. I come to every podcast prepared to my
Yes.
best
What I
ability.
mean is filling out this spreadsheet, Kian, because
Oh,
that
no,
way
I
it's
didn't fill out the
systematic.
spreadsheet.
No, I know you didn't. So I didn't either, because I'm like, there's
Oh,
only,
okay.
I don't want to waste the time of Lev unless he really feels like doing this and continuing to do this. So he did this. You have the, you're not in the document right now. You
I
have the
don't
link to
no,
it.
I
You want
don't.
to share it again?
If you have it,
I'll
I
share it.
can't
Hold on.
even remember where you sent it, to be honest. Is it on email?
Yeah, in your Gmail. Hold on, but I'll post it in the chat with you.
I have it.
Um,
I found it. I can
okay.
share it. Hold on.
So you know, again, anything that Lev that you do, I am grateful. We are grateful for, but he's not going to be, filling in every little thing that you take issue with or that call that you saw. So in order for this to make sense, is if we kind of all do it, you and I, obviously primarily, and then if we get another verdict, the Madridista one, and I am in favor of getting a fifth one as well. But then we can, go through this systematically, as opposed to, and it can, the meme can come to life with the input of us all. Because I know that there's more than the what is this? The handball Guler obviously was. Well, he's saying it's the correct call. In fact, I would have said it's the incorrect call, as it was with Barca, with the Balde. But here, for example, he's saying that the tackle on Lamine should have not been a penalty. And for me, that is always a penalty. Like, I mean, with the
Oh,
images that we see, oh, 100%.
whoa.
Always. Always.
Whoa.
Always. Who is it? It was Cheverria, right? Cheverria,
Oh,
easy,
wow.
knocks.
I didn't think you were actually going to
Always.
gaslight us into saying that was a penalty.
No,
Wow.
it's not that
Wow.
it should have been a penalty yesterday. Is that it always is a penalty. I thank God that
Wow.
Lamine doesn't have, like, is still able to walk and doesn't have a massive knee injury. I thank God
You're you're you're
that
you're busting our balls, right, bro?
no, 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 no,
Wow.
no,
I'm
absolutely not.
speechless. Absolutely speechless.
In the moment, I will grant you that the images that we were shown didn't it didn't seem like a penalty. I thought that it was the wrong call. I thought that we got, lucky on that occasion. However, when you see the shot from behind, and especially you that defended the stomp on who was it, Luis Cruz, or what was his name, of in Mbappe's case, if you would have seen, and I don't know if you did or not, but the images from behind, the Rayo defender collides, like crashes. So basically, let me set it up for you.
I saw the replay.
Both players are trying to get to the ball.
Yeah.
Lamine has the advantage. He gets the touch. In comes, who was it? EC, right? Who's the player that the Rayo player that's involved? Excuse me. Or maybe Lev has got it here. I think it was EC. In comes EC.
Yeah.
Launches himself. Crashes into. I'm not saying like he was looking to harm or to injure on purpose, but he doesn't get even close to the ball. No touches on the ball. He crashes into Lamine's knee.
Yeah.
Forcibly winning the position over the ball. And again, I am grateful that there is no severe injury to Lamine Yamal at this moment, because when you see the way his leg spins off into the air, it's look, there's very little you could say to defend that, seeing those images, to say that is not a penalty call. That is a penalty call always. It is a flagrant foul. And it's the right call. I don't know why there's this controversy of VAR not working, and VAR would have corrected this situation. I get it. It's Barca. We have to make Barca look like boogeyman in this occasion. Barcelona. It all plays into the same narrative as always. But there is no discussion. Absolutely none. That is a penalty always. And again, I'm grateful that Lamine didn't suffer from a severe injury in that play.
Yeah, thank God. I'm personally, I would have given him a 10-match ban. The other guy, the Rayo guy, that was disgusting.
Again, I didn't say it was intentional, but it was very dangerous, Kiyan. I'm happy that we're on the same page here. This was nice. This went, a lot better than I was expecting.
No. I saw the exact replay that you're talking about, posted from Barca accounts, trying to clutch at straws that it was a penalty. I watched it over and over again to be as objective as possible. No matter how you spin it, that scene where Lamine Yamal puts his knee out and the defender runs into it was not only not a penalty, it actually could have been called the other way, a foul to the other guy. To foul on Lamine Yamal. Yeah. If Lamine Yamal has his knee out, the defender runs into it, that could have easily been called foul the other way. That was not the guy taking out Lamine Yamal's knee. There's no way. Come on, man.
Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. That is precisely what it is, my friend. That is precisely what it is.
Listen, this is not okay. Look, this is not Il Chiringuito. This is not WWE. We don't have to do acting on this podcast. We can. I know. It's kind of your character, but like I know you're in character right now. But for the sake of this, for the sake of objectivity, just like add a character for 1 sec. Diego Lorijn here. He's just come on. Snap out of character for 1 second. Come on.
Kiyan, do I need to remind you that you were defending that Mbappe stomping?
It's not a stomp when you can't control.
Homie's leg was not a foul and was a penalty in favor for Real Madrid. Here, Lamine is absolutely it's a divided ball where both players are going to it. Lamine gets the positional advantage as he gets to the ball first. He's closer to the ball, able to control the ball. The Rayo defender then proceeds to insert his leg, raising it, knocking Lamine off balance.
Lamine's knee was already planted, and the Rayo defender runs into the knee and actually gets fouled. You can't compare these two things. When the Mbappe air quotes stomp, there's zero control over his landing. He can't land anywhere else. When someone is fouling him and taking him out, there's no control over the landing. That's why that's a clear penalty. Come on, man. This is crazy.
No.
What should we do? Should we get an Atletico fan to be the judge on this one?
You can get anyone to get a judge. I'm happy to, yeah. My
Any
my
Atletico
vision.
fans in the any Atletico, Villarreal, Athletic, anyone neutral in this chat, can you guys can you guys be the verdict on this? That's crazy, man. Come on. I'm shocked. I honestly am flabbergasted.
Yeah, you know that word. If that would be Vinny, if that would be Mbappe, if that would be a player in a white shirt,
No,
you would see the light, my friend, and I would
no.
say you're making the
Opposite. If
correct call.
opposite. If that was Vinny situation instead of Lamine Yamal, there's no way you would have said it was a penalty. No way.
That's not true.
Okay.
If in
So
the end, I my even with the Mbappe play, my final verdict, which I was very convinced of and holding on strong to it, and I am being persuaded, or I was persuaded to be have a nuanced and hello.
we're here.
Can you still hear me? Give me a
Yes, yes,
sign of finger. Can you still hear me? Show
yes,
do it
yes.
like this. I can't hear you. Okay. The fact that I was swayed into having a more balanced view and say, okay, fine. If I take your interpretation of the rules of the law and the way that, again, Lev in the spreadsheet so generously laid out and explained, I can say, fine, 50-50. I think in another occasion, a referee might apply the criteria in a way where we see, in fact, the foul being called on the striker as opposed to the defender, which I continue to believe we will see happen. You see, it's this subjectivity, it's this interpretation of criteria of the laws, the rules that consistently leave areas of debate that is driving me nuts, and that is why I hope we can continue with this spreadsheet. It can be a collaborative effort, not to shift it all off to one person, or we just continue doing this, meaning you have your reasoning, I disagree with them, and we both on our merry ways until the next match day when the next controversy arises, and we both show our colors. Like I don't think that you are being neutral on this. I think you're being biased, hugely so, and that is my core belief. And I think I will have the proof come end of the season, because we will see this again, and we will see it called differently.
Holy spokes.
Yes, man.
Did you see what EC Palazon said after the game?
Yeah, and you know what? He got proven wrong. They
He got
came out and
proven
said
wrong.
that's absolute sheer another bullshit. Yeah, the referee never said shit to him. Nothing.
So who do we believe, EC Palazon or the referees who have
Exactly.
been screwing teams
Do we
for
believe?
decades?
Do we believe somebody that is used to robbing Barca? Do I have to pull up the images from the last two seasons, from the goals that were disallowed, that were allowed this year? There's several scenarios here where Barca got the harsh treatment in Vallecas, and again, mind you, from somebody that is from Castilla, that is from La Fábrica, that is a Madridista. What is he gonna say? He's a
So
fanatical,
you think
radical
he lied
Madridista,
about
like
it?
the one that I'm
You
talking
think
about.
he lied
Yeah, he
about
did
it?
lie. That's what they said. That's what they
Yeah.
said. They
Okay.
said that he is lying about this.
Someone's lying, that's for
They
sure.
literally
Either the referee or
they
EC
literally came
Palazon.
out and
I
said
know
that.
who I'm gonna trust. A player
Yeah,
who's
sure, you're a
just
fellow
been
Madridista,
robbed, or a
because
referee who's been
you're a
robbing people.
fanatical radical as well. You're
Okay.
gonna believe your own, because
All right.
that's all you believe. It's true.
So
I
you
love it
you
when you
think
come out and say, "Oh, I checked with the club, and the club sources tell me that." It's like, dude, okay. Like, okay, if that's your source, that's your Bible. Like, you believe in the holy gospel, the holy book. You're going to believe your own. You're going to believe what you want to believe, Kiyan. You're
okay.
not neutral on this. This was a
Neither
penalty.
are you
You look
neutral?
at it. Look
Are
at
you
it. Yes, I
neutral?
am in this occasion. I said I'm open to being swayed that Mbappe was not a penalty, whereas this is. You continue to laugh about it and rage bait, bro. At the earliest given opportunity. You're showing
Oh,
your colors,
smokes.
my friend.
Thank you, man. I
You're
know.
showing your
Honestly,
colors,
I
man.
needed that. I needed that. I
No, it's
haven't laughed
okay.
like that since I was 12. That felt good.
That's it.
Thank you so
That's the
much for
hardest.
that.
My God, you've
This
had
is
a
some
sad life.
stand-up
Is that
shit.
if that's the case, my friend? Very sad. I feel sorry.
Oh man.
That's the hardest, my friend. Come on, we got to do
Thank you so
something.
much, bro. I needed
Save
that.
Kiyan Sobhani.
I really
Save
needed
him.
that.
Save him.
All right. Well, let's bring in. Oh, by the way, we didn't even talk about. It was so convenient that the VAR started working after minute 40. That was nice. That was nice. Laporta's buddy and the
Bad
VAR
look.
buddy in the stands. I'm sure had nothing to do with that. Here we have some neutral accounts. I'm Sandy says Manchester United fan here. That's not a penalty at all. Someone somewhere, Inter Milan Avatar says Inter Milan fan here. No penalty. Okay, so we got some third parties here ruling in. Anybody
Amazing.
else?
So
Let's
these are
see.
all coming through the Kiyan Sobhani YouTube channel. Yes.
Yeah, we
Dude,
got
if
actually
you-
got a
if
lot
you
of.
try- if you-
We have
you
like
try to
Arsenal
put
fans.
the
We have
Churros-
Rangers
the
fans.
Churros platform as a neutral platform here. It's like calling Chiringuito unbiased. I mean, come on, let's not kid around here. Let's not kid around.
There was another one too.
I'm gonna save these. This spreadsheet will not go away, folks. We will see this again, and we will see it called either the same or differently. We shall see. We shall see.
Lucio, my dog says I support Plaza Amador FC in Panama. No penalty.
I heard they're doing good this year. Best of luck to Amador FC.
Better than Inter Miami, that's for sure.
Better than your boy in the how many trophies has he won now? How's Cristiano doing? Over in the
He's
Saudi?
nearly at
Has he won
1,000 goals,
anything?
which is basically the greatest achievement in football history. Yeah, he's doing okay. Don't worry.
Wow. How's
Doing
this?
okay.
How's this team doing? Is
I-
team
I-
doing
he-
okay?
He
He's
made
ju- one
Lamine
jack
Yamal.
shit.
He made
One
Lamine
jack
Yamal.
shit in 4 or 5
He
years.
made Lamine
doing
Yamal in the
so good.
Nations League final walk to the locker room instead of applauding. He was so made him so butthurt.
You're rage baiting, bro.
Well, here we
You're
go.
rage
Well, by
baiting.
the way, the
You're a
spreadsheet.
child.
I'm gonna have to do it myself, and I don't know if I have the energy for it,
Wait.
honestly speaking. But I'm gonna try.
Ah,
But those
okay. You're scared to do it because you know that in the end, the truth shall reveal the most
so after
benefiting
3
team in
games, what has the
history of
truth
Spanish
revealed?
or football.
Yeah.
Eh?
Here, by the way, here are
Dude,
the 3.
I cannot believe that looking at the images from behind, you cannot see the penalty, and you're
Oh, I
sitting
saw
there.
it. Yeah,
taking this
I thought
picture.
if anything,
No,
it was the foul
we
the other
didn't
way.
see the same. We didn't see the same.
Isn't it
footage.
funny how every neutral agrees? By the way,
That's
that's funny.
based on what? Based on your Madridista
Evidence.
account?
No,
You're telling me
evidence.
that?
Evidence and rules.
No, evidence.
This is why-
Not on my
This
Twitter,
is why
bro.
I don't even.
My algorithm is showing me that everybody agrees that that was a penalty.
Your
Oh,
algorithm
wait,
is
your
Barca
algorithm only
spaces.
goes one way.
Your algorithm
Your
is Barca
algorithm is
spaces,
Real Madrid,
Zona
Florentino
Blaugrana,
spaces,
and Mr. Satan.
Iñaki
That's your
Angulo,
algorithm.
Real Madrid TV. That's your algorithm. What are you trying to prove here?
I don't.
my man?
I've never in my life seen one piece of Iñaki Angulo's content. Never in my life. And I don't follow Real Madrid on social media either. By the way, there's a little fun fact about me.
You're right. It's not heavily skewed towards Real Madrid whatsoever. It's you managed to beat the algorithm.
What is?
Congratulations.
No,
It's quite the achievement, my friend.
Listen, here are my the spreadsheet has 3 potential outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
One is it's gonna be pretty much equal by the end of the season between Real Madrid and Barcelona. Or if there's like a difference, it's gonna be negligible. It's gonna be like 1 or 2 calls. That's outcome number 1. Outcome number 2 is Real Madrid is heavily favored. In which case, I'll say, Diego, you were right. Outcome number 3 is Barcelona are heavily favored, in which case you will never admit to it, even with that evidence. Never. I promise you.
would neither, Kiyan.
Guys, bookmark this. No, I just on record. On record.
I'm on record too. I will say, but
no, you won't.
hold on.
You will.
No,
You will shift the goalposts. You will shift the goalposts somehow. I promise you. You will. Bookmark this, guys. If by the end of the season Barcelona is heavily favored, Diego will still not admit to it. He'll shift the goalposts. I promise.
Absolutely
you.
not. Absolutely not. I will say this season, Barca, it would appear, got favored by refereeing decisions. I have no problem saying that, as I have no problem, for example,
you will say it will
calling corruption if the Negreira case actually comes out to be true. No, I do not shy away from controversy, nor do I shy away from being
I know you don't shy away. But you're definitely these claims of being neutral are just drop the neutral thing. Drop the neutral. Don't pretend.
You're giving yourself too much credit, my friend, and you will not admit, and you will go through that list and argue your case and stick to your guns, because, like I said, for example, the Mbappe penalty call, I'm happy to accept the argument from the other side.
There's no
Whereas
happy
here,
to accept.
no,
There's
no, I
evidence
am,
that's
because the
backing yes
interpretation
and
of
no.
that we have
We don't
seen.
go
Ken,
through. We don't.
we have
This is why
seen.
we don't.
Yeah, we have seen. No, no, no. Let me finish my point. We have
Okay.
seen
I'll let.
that same play being called differently, and I mentioned it. In fact, it was against Rayo. It was Kunde that led up to a goal for Barca that was then disallowed because of a stomp in an action that was building up, leading up to the goal. Okay, so we've
Yeah.
seen these types of plays being called differently. All right.
So
Now I'm
yeah.
saying I am willing to accept the debate, the argument for that being a foul on Mbappe. However, let's stick to let's unify the criteria, for crying out loud, and
Yeah.
stick to black and white. All right.
Right. But these are two different threads of conversations because you will bring that up. You will bring up another example like Kunde. Like, for example, you did this with the Balde handball, which you and I both agree it shouldn't have been a handball.
Like same with goal.
But you went and brought up the Chouameni handball in the Classical last year instead of bringing up like Camavinga's handball last year.
I brought it up because it came to me.
Well, but that's
there
what I
was a
mean. Like, so like this is not a this thing that you're speaking of is not a Real Madrid Barcelona conspiracy. This is referees in La Liga suck and they're inconsistent and they're incompetent, which is the one thing we do agree on. Correct? So when you bring up inconsistencies, maybe I'm interpreting wrong. It feels like you're saying, well, why isn't Barcelona getting the same treatment as Real Madrid? Whereas what you should be saying, why isn't every team getting consistent treatment and consistency across the board?
Okay. But in the core of me, I still feel that there's one team that
Of course.
consistently get more favorable calls. And I
Of
think
course,
statistically,
because you're
that's
not
proven.
neutral, and it's not proven statistically because you keep saying this and you've never shown us a statistic.
Well, penalties. I showed the penalty statistics.
Yeah, you could also look at it, and you could twist it in other ways. You can say that Real Madrid has also had the most calls overturned by VAR, which is not even close either. And
But that's
before you
good.
say, well, it's
That's
because of it's a good thing because correct calls are being overturned, please tell me the Goulier overturn. Was that right or
yesterday.
not? 2
No,
days ago.
absolutely not.
Okay, so
Yeah. In the last match day, yes.
so there you go. Like we can all cherry
Okay.
pick our. You can go look at the amount of penalties that were
Again, okay.
awarded and not
I
awarded
hear
during the
you. I
Negreira
hear you.
era.
Let me say this. I hear you. But then let's, if we want to get to the bottom of it, try to be as accurate as possible and make a list. Say, where was VAR right? Where were they wrong? What happened in this game? What are the controversial calls? And that's what we're trying to do.
Sure,
And again, I
but don't
thank
say
Lev for the initiative.
like, yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're
That's
doing.
what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
And we both knew that this spreadsheet was going to be difficult because of biases. You claim you're not biased. I'll say
No,
I'm
no.
biased. I'll say that you're not.
I said I'm
Apparently,
biased. No, I
you
said
said
I'm
you're neutral.
biased.
Okay.
No, I said I'm biased. However, I do have the ability to be swayed or
Haven't seen
persuaded
that yet.
into it.
But
It's true. It is. I just showed you that
self-proclaimed
now
ability.
with the Mbappe. I
Self-proclaimed.
just gave you the Mbappe as an example, Kiyan Sobhani. Stop.
Okay.
The
Well,
rage
that
baiting,
doesn't count though. That's
I
like
get it.
saying,
But
"Oh
on the
yeah, I
call, come
agree."
on,
Like his head
I'm
got
having
cut
a
off,
dialogue
but
here.
because I'm unbiased. Like, yeah, well, that's obvious.
We're going
Anyways,
nowhere
as
with
you
this.
know, I have my own tracker too, in addition to the spreadsheet.
No, it's a visual BS machine that is not. It's a good meme. Again, I'll give you that. You are
Meme.
fantastic.
There's no. It's not a
You're
meme.
fantastic.
It's
It is a meme. It's a meme, and you in a league of your own here on this one. This one. Okay,
yeah.
so I was thinking of another one. You got multiple.
So impact of referee decisions on Barcelona and Real Madrid this season. Games played 3. Um, this
Again, but
uh,
it's
axis on
so
the left is actually worded incorrectly, but we have Barcelona's been benefited by the referee twice, negatively affected once. I think that was the Balde handball. Real Madrid has not been negatively affected twice and hasn't been benefited once. Do you agree or
You're
disagree?
missing out here. You're missing out here. Lewandowski penalty. You're missing out here. Militao deserving a penalty for taking down a
No, that wasn't a penalty.
Mallorca. No,
That was shoulder to shoulder. That's
Mallorca.
that's
No,
in
that
the
was
rule
a
book,
penalty.
shoulder to shoulder. Yeah, that's shoulder to shoulder. No, that's
Homie had the position one.
never a penalty. That's shoulder to shoulder, pure shoulder to shoulder.
This lacks this is poor. This lacks the depth and precision that the spreadsheet offers.
No, this is. I mean, the spreadsheet
So
gives you.
we should have this at the end of the season based on the spreadsheet, because this is
Right.
just Kiyan's
And I'm
opinion.
just summarizing the spreadsheet game to game as well. On top of that,
Okay. Well, this is just Kiyan's opinion. This nonsense chart.
no, it's not. Again, we don't go based on opinions.
Yes.
Not awards. We go based on evidence, rules, and video. That's it.
But you're missing out actions. You're missing out situations here, Kiyan. This
No,
is
because
incomplete. My friend.
no, because this is the totality of a game, right? So if
Based
there
on
are
your opinion, bro.
no, this is what the spreadsheet has proven too. Like for example, Oviedo. If Housen pushes Rondon in the box, but then Oviedo commit 2 penalties not called, the totality of that game is that Real Madrid were negatively affected, not benefited, because it's 2 to 1.
But right, but again, that's based on your verdict and that verdict of Lev, which is why ideally we want to have 5, so we can always tip the balance by, say, a neutral 5th reviewer.
I'm happy not to have that. I think even with 2 Real Madrid fans, 2 Barcelona fans versus 1, it's comfortably still. Because I believe in evidence. I don't even need a Real Madrid arbiter. We have it. It's just evidence.
Yeah, but dude. This what are you saying?
Okay, so
Like,
you would feel better if I got a
evidence.
second Madridista, is what you're saying?
You're gonna. Well, I think you will feel better because we all have our different opinions when
No, I'd
drawing
prefer not
conclusions
to have a
based on the
Madridista.
evidence.
I'd actually
It's
prefer to
the
have a
subjectivity.
completely neutral, like literally like an Inter fan, as was in the chat or something. I'm filling
Yeah,
in the spreadsheet
yeah.
right now because this was missed even after I asked him to add it. Hold on.
Hey! Do not give Lev any shit there. Yeah.
I'm not
This
giving him
was
any
missed,
shit.
even
He
though I
seems
asked
like
for
a
it.
lovely person. I have no issue with Lev, but because
I don't
he
even know
added,
if you
he
listen
did,
to
he
the
did,
pod.
he did add the defenders pulling down Masantuono on the box, but he did not add defender pulling down Rudiger in the box. So I don't have time to fill out the rest right now, but just gonna add that as well. So yeah, here
if we can get into a habit,
Oh,
listen.
I thought I
one
was
more
sharing
thing.
that. Sorry, was I sharing that?
If and I don't know if this would be opening up a can of worms and if it would be productive or not. But what I said to Lev, to be fair with him, I said, because I wasn't able to see the Madrid game, and we were texting each other. I said, what if we make this open source to say Patreon? You know, we know people that are half decent at least, patrons only, to fill this in, knowing it as well. Again, I mean, the vast majority there are Madridistas, but to give access to, say, a selected group of people so that we can all, as a community, kind of fill this out, make this open source, make this something that we can all build and work towards together as a fun experiment for this first season, where we implement our own little VAR, if you will, or little, you know, the famous churro spreadsheet, and make it a reality. What do you think of that?
Sure.
Okay, let me see how we can do that.
Pranav
my friend, you guys realize that the spreadsheet is pointless? Well, thank you for your generous donation, my friend. Pranav, are you subscribed to D-Spot yet, my friend? I would love to have you over on the D.
Jesus. Someone somewhere super chat says, why didn't they review it on bar? Just convenience, really. You just pull the plug and look away.
Poor showing, very poor. I don't know, that it's not serious.
All right. So what else did we
What I'm
discuss?
referring to the fact that VAR wasn't working. If anybody is wondering here, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple more, Diego. I don't know if you had any thoughts on this. Daku says there's absolutely nothing fishy about the vice president of the technical committee sitting right beside Laporta yesterday. Let that sink in.
Daku, your next home game, take a look at who's sitting in the palco, and then please come back with another
Deal.
comment this
Deal.
nature. Oh, deal. Great.
Oh, so he sits. Who does he sit there with the president every game? I'm ignorant. I don't know.
Well, have a look. Let's see. I mean, sometimes it changes, but the loyals there says a lot on the state of Spanish politics and how this country is run. But
Oh, interesting. Okay.
yeah.
Pranav, by the way, says I am subscribed to D-Spot, and you missed a super chat from me. Come on, Diego.
How do I miss? What do you mean I missed a super chat? That's YouTube's fault. I don't know how I'm be missing that. Damn.
Well, like a couple weeks ago, the YouTube super chat thing wasn't working. Like people were submitting, and it wasn't showing up for creators. I don't know why, but could have been around that time. Anthony Tharp says, should La Liga have delayed the match until VAR was properly working? It's a disgrace for a league who claims to be a top organization.
Agreed. I don't know. I was thinking about that myself. Should have been delayed. Then you get into the whole broadcasting rights and timings, and here, unfortunately, in Spain, games have been sort of primetime games have been put off until later hours with the passing of the years. I remember when I was a kid, it was coming here. You would see the games like primetime games on Canal Plus like 8 o'clock. Now sometimes they're at 10. It's usually 9:30. This one, I don't know what would have been the right solution in that case. I think it's easy to say, well, wait, don't start the game until it's actually working. I think that's the most sensible one. But then you get into contract disputes and, like I said, broadcasting rights and disputes of that nature, and it kind of goes beyond the game, I suppose. So I don't know, but I agree. It's right now, La Liga has got a lot of work to do, a lot of soul searching, a lot of digging, a lot of improving to do.
I had
doubt.
heard from somebody, which sounds pretty suspicious because I don't know who that somebody was. So I don't know if it's true, but that they both Rayo and Barca were told that it wasn't working before the game and asked if they wanted to continue, and they both agreed.
Okay, I didn't hear that. We got notified in the buildup of it that there was something going on, that it wasn't working, and we got like updates as the game progressed, sort of how it was, and if it was being fixed. And 5 minutes before halftime, it seemed that finally the solution, the fix came, but I didn't hear about that. If they had that option, then it would have come down to the teams, for the clubs to make the decision, or the managers, I suppose, and I would have been in favor to wait. There's no doubt about it. But the fact that they were even talking about this, that this is an issue, is disgraceful. Not a good look.
Pranav Jadhav says, I have a prediction. Yamal will have more penalty goals than open play goals in La Liga. Also, I just realized his celebration isn't putting a crown, but diving gear. I don't know what Lamine Yamal's celebration is, but
nice one, Pranav.
That's it. Just nice one, Pranav. That's it. No further comment.
Just thanks for being a loyal subscriber and watcher, my friend. It's always a pleasure.
Ankur Jyoti, I don't think I missed a super chat from you as well. The only one I have from you is the Barcelona tracker spreadsheet, which we did take. Do you want to talk about Real Madrid before we go, or is it not important?
I kind of gotta go. I had to go like 15 minutes ago. I've been getting stress messages from my wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, all right. Well, we don't want Diego to get in trouble. Those of you guys who follow me, you already know my Real Madrid takes about the game and otherwise. So I don't know if you want me to actually rehash. But enjoy the international break, guys. Diego and I will be back over on patreon.com/Churros y Tácticas. And that's where we get into some really, really juicy stuff. So You want to submit questions, we answer every single one. Patreon.com/Churros y Tácticas. Diego, good chatting, my friend. We'll catch you on Thursday for our members. Peace out.
It's so good, patron, that this is a part 2, mind you. Our patrons are so loyal, and we are so committed to fulfilling their deepest desires and questions. This is a part 2, man. They submitted what, like 30 questions or something?
There's a lot of questions last week, yeah. And we answer every single one. So we're gonna do that on Thursday. Thanks, guys. Good chatting. Peace out.
Thank you. Yeah, peace, buddy.